Hey gang, this is Andy over at Falco K9 Academy. We are well into our Train the Dog Trainer program. Phase 1 is up and running, and we are got a full class. We did lose 1 or 2 people, I can't remember, but we filled it back up with our people that have been on standby. And so we're back to a full class. I think some of the people weren't quite prepared for what we were going to be putting them through, because unfortunately many dog classes I've been to, I've been to a couple, you just spend your time sitting in a classroom and watching the video or watch somebody tell them how great they are. In this class, they were actually asked to do some homework. They had to train 2 behaviors to 3 different dogs for their homework in a 6-day period, actually 6.5-day period, and it was the 2 hardest behaviors I could come up with. And so it was great to hear the challenges, how they worked out the problems with the different dogs that they were using. Some people really use their imagination to get a result, and that was one of the best parts about last class, is hearing how they worked through the problems of trying to train those 2 behaviors or those 3 dogs. I encourage them not to use their dogs, to use other people's dogs. So it was good. Everybody that went through the project, the homework, I believe they got a lot out of it. Of course, we spent a lot of time talking about both the humans and dogs and how to bring them together, and teaching that love and respect that I'm going to talk about more in a second. And we also went through all the collars, and we're going to go in more detail as we come back into this next class. I think it's tomorrow. I think today's Friday. And so we're going to come back and talk about some of these other tools that they're going to be using. Again, we're going to be teaching the good, the bad, and the ugly. So even the bad stuff that we don't even use, we're going to be teaching about it. We're probably not going to demonstrate it on a dog. We are going to make sure that they know everything there is to need to know, because everything there needs to be known about even the bad stuff, because we're going to get dogs that come through and some of their baggage is going to be from being trained in a harsh method, or by them being trained using a harsh tool or method. So the one thing for sure that we talked about that I want to give you guys that are watching as a free gift is our thoughts on what it takes to be a trainer and to have a trainer mentality. One of the most important things that I learned in the Police Academy, not the K9 Academy, but the Police Academy, is that you must believe that whatever call you're on at that time is the most important thing happening to that person. And so you have to be aware of that, because sometimes we get lost in our own world and we're more concerned about ourselves and not particularly what's happening with other people around us. So when you're at work, when you have a job to do, as a trainer, you want to make sure and understand that whatever's going on with this dog and this family or this person, is that right now that's the most important thing happening to them. And they've hired you and they paid good money, and they want value, they want a result, and they want you to care, and they want you to know that this is the most important thing happening in their life. So as a trainer, you must always remember that. The other thing is you want to always strive to create raving fans and have lifetime followers. So every time you go into, whether it's a private in the office, or at somebody's home, or if you're just evaluating a team, or if you're doing group obedience, is that your job is to create raving fans every time you get out there. Don't go there with a bad attitude, maybe you got in a fight with the wife or the husband before you went out there, or something else, some bad phone call. Remember that it's your job, and your business relies on it, and the people that work for you, that every time you go out, you're trying to create raving fans by giving them value, by paying attention, by not only helping the dogs that are being bad, but helping the dogs that are being good and making them better. And so you're going to create raving fans if you keep that in mind. You always want to give your client value. Every time you step into that training field, or they come into your office and they're in the training room, you got to find a way to give that person value who spent the money, spent their time to come and see you. And you don't, no matter how much, maybe you just don't get along with them, maybe their personality is something that just kind of rubs you the wrong way. If they're coming to you as a customer, they have to leave with value. That's always the goal. So no matter how you feel about them personally, you want to make sure that you're always focused on giving them value before they leave. The other thing is, remember what I just said earlier, is that we're going to make bad dogs good. That's a given. That's the reason they're here with us, is that they brought their bad dogs and they want us to make them better. The one thing you have to remember, especially when you're in a group environment, that you're going to have 1 or 2 dogs in that class of 10 that are actually doing the right thing, and the handlers are actually probably doing the right thing, but you can't forget about them. Remember, you want to make their good dogs even better. So you're making bad dogs good and good dogs better. Always remember that. Do not take your focus off a dog because it happens to be doing the right thing. Those people could start to get upset or concerned that you don't care about them, and they always want to get more. They may already know their dog is good. They just want to get more performance and something of value before they leave your class. Remember, we're always creating love and respectful relationship between the dog and the handler, both ways. The dog has to have love and respect for the handler, and the handler has to have love and respect for the dog, always. It doesn't matter if you get angry. It doesn't matter if you're even when you're in impatience, or that you're just starting to lose your cool, that always love and respect somehow steps in the way and helps you make the right decision in whatever it is you're going to do. In some cases, simply going your separate ways for a couple hours, and then coming back and revisiting whatever it is that you were doing. So teaching love and respect, both directions. And then lastly, you need to know that more about the customer's problem than they do. This is going to be up to you to always make sure that you never believe you know everything there is to know about dog training and everything there is to know about that particular breed, or whatever it is that you think that you know everything about. Always know that there's more to be learned. And that way, anytime somebody comes to you with a problem, you're going to know more about that problem than they do, and they have to feel it. So make sure that you're not being cocky. Make sure that you're not putting them down, but you want to give them the impression that you know more about that particular issue than they'll ever know, and that you're there to help, and you're there to pass on your information, and you're there to make their lives better and more fun with their pet. All right, so there you go. Those are some of the things that we wanted to give you as far as getting a trainer's mentality. So if you're a trainer and you want to learn more, make sure and go on our website and register, so you'll get more free stuff and more information about how to make your career as a dog trainer even better. All right, take care. Talk to you later.